So I have a question for you about acceleration. I've been following you for a while, and my life is really good. In fact, my best friend said to me the other day, it's almost like your life is exploding. I'm experiencing joy and delight. Recently, I've been able to travel, and the payment for this has come in really magical, delightful ways. And so I feel like I have the potential to align even further, almost as if my emotional scale has expanded even higher. And
well, your emotional scale is always what it is. The question is, where are you hanging around?
Right. I'm hanging out near the top.
Yeah.
And so in this more connected global world, I'm wondering, this experience of acceleration, I feel it. And I feel like I want to be a part of it and be on this accelerated version of the leading edge. And at the same time, because I'm enjoying reality so much right now, I almost have this feeling of not being quite ready to step into that. And so
well, here's the thing. Don't misunderstand. Reality will keep responding to your vibrations. So we're not asking you to get over here in la la land where all you do is thinking and feeling. Because as you hold yourself consistently there, those manifestations just keep sweeping in. That's why your life is appearing so magical to you and to so many other people. So it's our promise to you, you will be able to keep up with the reality that is the result of this vibration that you are maintaining.
Fabulous.
And if you're not ready, it won't come.
Right.
And if you're not ready, you won't feel joyful about it. If you are joyful, then you're ready.
Yeah.
And if you're ready and joyful, then it will come. And when it comes, because you're joyful and ready, you'll like it when it gets there,
Right.
every bit of it. So it kind of goes like this. It goes exactly like this. So there's variety. You're launching rockets of desire, because when you pick up the stick that has any subject on it, one end of the vibration is unwanted and the other end of it is wanted. So you're launching these rockets, but you launch the rocket, but you're not steady in the vibration, let's say. So then you reach for thoughts that feel good. You look for positive aspects. You ignore it altogether and focus on other things that feel good, so that you learn to maintain this higher frequency that now exists because of this new rocket that you launched. So now you maintain that frequency, and now the manifestation catches up with it. So now you stand in a whole new place with a whole new set of manifested experiences and a whole new set of contrasting experiences as a result of the new manifestation. So now you're launching more rockets, which at first you're not up to speed with. But then you get up to speed, and now the manifestation occurs with a whole new set of contrasting experiences. So it just keeps being interesting and exciting and expanding, evolving.
And even the contrast feels delightful now.
Even the contrast feels delightful, because you begin to realize that sometimes this realization that you receive is your inner being calling you to something that feels like contrast but still is a step in the right direction. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. And I guess what I'm experiencing is, in these moments of delightful contrast and high joyful vibration, I almost have this sense of the floodgates opening and just flow.
Well, that's exactly what's happening. And through this process, you're beginning, but not just beginning, you have accomplished it and are maintaining it significantly. You begin to become addicted to alignment.
Yeah.
So that nothing less will do. And so old subjects come up where you felt different, but you're no longer willing to go back to those old subjects where you last left them, because this new vibration feels better. But the new subject is active for whatever reason, but the new vibration feels better. And if you stay unconditional in the new vibration, the old subject will morph. In other words, your past will literally be transformed by the alignment of your present. Did you hear that?
Wow.
That's so big.
Excellent.
So you meet with people that have been former enemies. Usually you're related to them. And they look beautiful to you, which is just weird.
Right.
Because they've never looked good to you. And you realize that you're seeing them through the eyes of Source, that you have vibrationally accomplished a point of attraction that is more in keeping with who you are, and everything that has anything to do with you has to morph to keep up with it or go away.
Beautiful.
It
Thank
is
you.
beautiful. Enough?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Very good.
drew this picture, and she wanted me to show you this morning. Because she said, I knew you were going to get the hot seat.
She said that she knew you'd be in the hot seat, so she drew a picture.
Yeah. She wanted me to give that to you.
So you should just visit with her because she knows everything we know.
And I said I wanted to be here because I want to be the example for her. I want to go home and be the example. And I feel in my bones.
So when you go home, don't cry, all right?
It's happiness.
Or she'll think we're scary or something.
It's so much joy I'm feeling. It's just the energy.
So what you want to
happy.
say to her is, hey, you know what? Your expectation of me getting in the hot seat was so helpful because you knowing it helped me to focus that way, and I must have found it too, and so we're good co-creators, aren't we? Yeah.
She said to me, I feel like the title of this children's book I have, she said, Mommy, don't wish the wish, be the wish. And I feel like the timing I've been waiting for, this download that Esther talks about, hasn't been right. And I feel like I could be in a better place to...
Of course you could, but that'll get you nowhere. In other words, you got to focus upon the place that you are in a friendly way.
Yeah.
If you're condemning the place you are, you're holding yourself forever apart from your inner being who adores the place you are. You've got to see the place you are through the eyes of Source. And if you're not liking the place you are, or you're criticizing the place you are, then you're holding yourself apart from the very thing that you want that'll help you write the book. You see?
I feel like I'm in a fine-tuning place. I was in the hot seat, and I've come so far.
Well, it is fine-tuning, but this is really basic. This is not fine-tuning. This is a really basic premise for understanding law of attraction. And so we're going to start by saying you can't get there from there. So often, all of you, in your desire to be someplace that you're not, you criticize the place you are. And the criticism of the place you are keeps the what is active, which doesn't let you move toward what you want. So that's why the things that you really, really, really want come hard, and the things you don't give a rip about come easily. Because you don't think about the things that you don't care about that much, and so you don't block them with all your junk that you put on your path. You see what we're getting at? So you either got to stop thinking about it or think about it in a way that feels good when you think about it. There's no other way of getting around it. You cannot yearn yourself into alignment. You just have to kind of let go.
You say we've come with intentions. Is there something called the Akashic Records that I've heard of people spending a lot of time on? Is there anything of such a thing as Akashic Records?
Everything that you've ever lived exists in a vibrational reality. If you're asking, is there something that is meant to be, specifically meant to be, not specifically meant to be, generally meant to be, you're filling in the details of it here with your physical experience. You wouldn't want to be a puppet on a string just here to play out something that's had been decided at another point. Your power is here and now, you see.
I'm just saying, is there a past that's people can tap into these past lives that's building the momentum? Is there a such
No.
of a, no? Okay.
Not the way
Not
you're
the way-
describing it.
yeah.
Because your past experience caused you to put all kinds of things in your vortex. But that's all forward. It's not past. It's all vibrationally active right here and now. So as you don't try so hard to jump through the hoops and be all the things that you have somehow conjured that you're supposed to be, and instead just get into a happy place over your daughter, or a happy place over the sunset, or a happy place over whatever it is, so that you just more consistently hold yourself. Now you begin receiving the realization of what's there. And so the closest thing to what you are wanting to call Akashic Records, we would want to call it the vortex, which contains all that you have become, all that you really are, all that you are moving toward.
When I was sitting here before you, you did a rampage and you said, my vortex has got it, with where I wanted my relationship to be. And you said, go general. And I'm wondering, am I still in that place that I know I'm creating whatever distance is still missing? So am I still in a place? You said, don't go into denial. You can't say I'm happy. But I manifested this check in the mail saying, I'm just going to feel what it's like for it to come in the mail. And I can tell people that I did this.
And that's better. Focusing on what is, if it doesn't please you, is not a good idea. And imagining or pretending the way you prefer it is a better idea. But still, whether you're looking at what is or you're pretending what will be, you're still basing your emotions on a condition that you're trying to conjure. And there's a backwardness in that. Sometimes people will say, Abraham, please tell me what you see. Please tell me that I'm on the right path. Please tell me how to get to where I want to be. And we say, you're just trying to use us as a conditional reality so that you can focus upon what we're saying so that you can feel better. And there's a trap in that. That's needing to see it before you believe it. You got to believe it before you see it. And so the way you believe the specifics of that before you see it is by realizing the other things that are the way you want them to be. There are so many reasons to feel good. Let's take a word. We're going to take a segment of refreshment here in 1 minute. Let's take a word like love. So, love. So, you know when you feel love. You know when it wells up in you. You know when you have a feeling of appreciation. You know what it feels like to really love or appreciate something a moment in time. But loving someone, finding a condition that is lovable, is so much more convoluted. There are so many more moving parts, and there's so much more that's uncontrollable in it. And so when we talk about unconditional love, what we're talking about is, we'll give you a little rampage here. So here I stand in a universe that I accept is vibrationally based. And this vibrationally based universe is responding accurately to the vibrations that I emit. I now get it that what I broadcast or transmit is what sets the vibrational tone of what I receive. So what I broadcast is what I get back. So if I focus upon absence of something I want, I broadcast it and I get more absence of it back. If I focus upon something that I want and I feel joyful as I'm focusing upon it, I get the reality of that back. I'm a vibrational being in a vibrational universe, and my emotions are telling me where I stand in relationship to everything that I want all along. This is not a hard thing, you're saying to yourself. This is not a hard thing. Now that I understand law of attraction, now I understand my emotions, I understand that my work really is to follow my path of least resistance. Where does my path of least resistance lead? It leads to alignment. It leads to clarity. It leads to happiness. Everything that you want, whether it's a material object or a state of being or a relationship or a pile of money, every single thing you want because you believe in the having of that you will feel better. What we're wanting to show you is that you have a way of focusing yourself into feeling better without having that. And if you consistently focus yourself into feeling better without having that, the next natural evolution is that you will have that in its full and blossoming form. But if you don't have it and you're trying to figure out how to get to that, that's conditional, and all you do is activate all the stuff that's going on that will just replicate what you've got going on. So it's different faces in different places, but the same experience over and over and over again. Does that sound familiar? All you have to do is goose up your happiness just a little bit. Just goose up your happiness 10% and watch the difference in what starts manifesting. We're not asking you for 100% happiness. Just 10% more happiness than you've got going on now will radically change the manifestations in your life experience. No, you were not born with things that you're supposed to do. There isn't a pile of responsibility that you're supposed to fulfill. You're not trying to make up for past lifetimes. You're not here to change the world or to save the world. You're here because